What if I told you that hope is flickering back to life, like the first rays of sun piercing a stormy Chicago sky? Could it be that the winds at Hollis Hall are finally shifting in our favor, making way for a resurgence we've waited too long to see? Before we dive deep into this electrifying update, you know the drill. Hit that like button, subscribe for the lifeblood of Bears Talk, and let us know, are you ready to reignite the Bears in this city of ours? Now, whispers have been buzzing across the city like a swarm of angry hornets, hints and half-spoken rumors swirling amidst our passionate Bears faithful. Are you feeling it? The tension in the air, heavy and thick like the humidity before a storm. Those inside sources are talking, and trust me, it's not just the sound of raindrops falling on the practice field. There's something brewing, something that could make waves in our beloved Bears 2023 season. And here it is, the name on everyone's lips, Luther Burden III. That's right, folks, the dynamic wide receiver is on the verge of returning from injury, and his imminent presence is shaping up to be a game changer for our squad. Why does this change everything, you ask? Let me break it down. We're not just talking about another player returning to practice. We've got a first-round talent resuming his ascent back onto the battlefield after being sidelined. This isn't just a footnote in a training camp report. This is potential electric energy being reinserted into an offense that desperately needs a spark. Think back to the days of legends Walter Payton, Brian Urlacher, Devin Hester. Those names ignite something in each of us, right? A connection to those glory days, the way we lived and died on every yard gain, every field goal kick, every opponent left in the dust. That hunger, that yearning for a new chapter in Bears history, is what unfolds with Burden's return. It's like seeing a long-forgotten jersey pop back up in the stand. The faithful fans reminding everyone that we're still here, still believing in the possibility of greatness. But let's stir the pot a bit, because with every silver lining, there's always a dark cloud threatening to roll in. What if Burden isn't fully back? What if the talent we know is overshadowed by lingering doubts? Can he shake off the rust in time to deliver when games truly matter? The implications are massive. If he roars back to life, it could transform Caleb Williams' development and ignite the Bears' offense. If he falters, well, let's be real, the fall from grace can be brutally steep in this league. And brace yourselves, because we're on the edge of our seats as camp heats up. Pads are set to come on soon, and the intensity is about to ramp up significantly. All eyes are on that left tackle job, while the questions hang in the air like an unresolved play call. How will Burden fit into the dynamic with other rising stars like Darnell Wright? What kind of energy is this team about to harness as we inch closer to the season opener? But friends, don't think for a second we're drawing any conclusions just yet. The journey is only just beginning. Luther Burden III. We're hungry for what he brings back, but we also stand at the precipice of uncertainty with every practice. Every snap we watch, the stakes only climb higher. Stay tuned, because this story is just unfolding, and believe me, you're not going to want to miss what's next. Until then, keep that fire alive, and always remember, bear down. Bears fans, this is our moment to rise like the roar of 1,000. Fans echoing through Soldier Field on a crisp autumn Sunday. We've endured heartbreak and disappointment. Where's the loyalty in this franchise when we bled navy and orange for decades? And now, we stand at the edge of something dangerous and exhilarating. What if we're about to witness a seismic shift? The whispers from Hollis Hall tell us that candles are still flickering in the front office despite last week's disaster. Unrest is brewing beneath the calm facade. Imagine the straining relationships in the locker room, players reading the headlines, feeling the ripples of the media storm as each report on Justin Fields' development ignites a firestorm of speculation. Are we still betting on him to be the savior? Right now, he's caught under the weight of expectations heavier than a snow-laden winter in Chicago. But what if he's not the answer? The way our rivals, the perennial pains in our side, the Packers laughing in their cheesehead arrogance, the Vikings, and even those scrappy Lions are circling like vultures, ready to feast on our errors only makes it worse. It's the same old story, isn't it? We're all witnesses to this cycle of promise and heartbreak. We've seen the glimmers of potential flame out into embers too many times. Think of the icons we've cherished. Singletary's ferocity, Ehrlicher's unyielding spirit, Hester making the opposition's eyes widen as he danced through defenses like a ghost. Each one a shimmering reminder of glory past contrasting against our current reality. Do we have the guts to build on that legacy, or are we on another collision course toward disappointment, spiraling into the fog of a forgotten franchise? As I sit here, every sip of my drink seems to thrum with uncertainty. The weight of history heavy like those bitter losses in 1985, 2006, 2010, and that cursed double doink in 2018, each one a wound that's never fully healed. We want to believe God knows we want to believe. But after years of watching the team falter when it matters most, the shadows of doubt creep in like that cold lake wind, piercing and relentless, whispering, what if we're still a step away from becoming the thing we love again? Now, imagine this. What if they turn it all around? Flip the script. If the Bears reemerge, fighting tooth and nail like they did in the glory days, would that not ignite something primal within us? The streets of Chicago would erupt into celebration. The echoes of '85 would ring true again. But how do we reach that point without falling off the tightrope? Could it be that we're just one snap away from yet another fourth quarter collapse that sends us spiraling into despair? What if the front office decides to pivot, make sweeping changes before the trade deadline, shaking up the very core of the team? Imagine the chaos that could ensue. Bold moves, fresh faces, every player on the brink, either stepping up or stepping out. The stakes are rising, folks. The air is thick with tension, and I can't shake the feeling that we are standing at the precipice of a decision that will define us not just this season, but for years to come. Are we ready to choose hope amidst the wreckage? Are we prepared to embrace the blind faith that has always fueled this fan base? Will this franchise rise again, or are we destined to be perennial underachievers, forever trapped in another cycle of broken dreams? Only time will tell, but as I sit here pondering these truths, a question pounds in my mind like an echo from the stadium. Is there enough heart left in this team to taste victory again? Or will we forever look back with misty eyes at what once was? But as we venture down this path, I find myself haunted by a single question. Can we withstand the storm brewing in the current of this turbulent league? Or will we once again be cast as protagonists in our sorrowful saga, watching as another chance slips through our fingers like loose change lost in the deep seat cushions of our collective memory? Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to bid farewell to the fear that kept us trapped in cycles of despair and embrace a wild, daunting ride that perhaps, just perhaps, leads to long overdue liberation? Buckle up, because the answers we've been craving lie just beyond the fray, teetering on the edge of chaos, waiting for us to grab hold with bated breath.